set to go. Welcome, fans, to the postseason of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. So the New York starting five. They've got Towns. Josh Hart out there with Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the two. Now here's Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Maxey. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And the 76ers with possession. It's a three-point game. They come off the loss on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
The poor rebounding is something that they'll have to shore up going forward. It puts you at such a disadvantage when you look at the battle of possessions.
Take a look at New York. They've been dominant so far in this series, and they can, as we know, complete a sweep tonight with a win.
In the middle of the playoffs, that is huge. They could buy themselves lots of extra rest with a win. That has to be in the back of their mind as they try to close this one out.
Now, here's Hart. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. The shot's good from Brunson.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with him.
Bridges kicks to Hart. They grab their own miss. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Oh, my. Karl Anthony Towns with a little extra emphasis on that one.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Pass to Embiid. Edgecombe with the screen for Maxey. Good for the basket, starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
To Brunson. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Making the defense look hopeless. Brunson so clever with his ball handling.
Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Hart the pass to Brunson. Here's the teardrop. Rebound by the 76ers. George finds Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
A powerful finisher. Oubre Jr. You deserve to get dunked on when you let him get inside. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 3. Pass to Embiid. That shot off the mark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Edgecombe with the steal. And here comes the break. And the dunk by Edgecombe.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Brunson sets a screen for Bridges. Pass to Towns. There's the triple. Paul George grabs the miss. The 76ers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Now Oubre, outside Maxey. Shoots over Brunson, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Hart. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. 5th on the list, OG Anunoby.
And guys, that shooting percentage of his has been spectacular since the start of the playoffs. He has been completely locked in.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. The Knicks also changing it up. Robinson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Jalen Brunson. On defense, the Knicks. Stolen by Anunoby. Pass to Clarkson. Back to Anunoby. Arlo grabs the rebound.
The defense defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Bridges laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Good to see Bridges working the inside area. Makes the defense work much harder when he's doing that.
Pass to Grimes. Here's Barlow. Watford bounce pass. 6 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball.
Talk about a guy who comes in and goes to work. Bridges is humble, versatile, and he affects the game on both ends.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Since being given more responsibility, Bridges has really blossomed and wants to continue getting better.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Towns, he's checked in for Anunoby. Both free throws good from Bridges. 55 seconds left in the first. Here's Watford. Still scoreless. Grimes passes to Edwards. Back to Grimes. 4 on the clock. And the 3 off target. Clarkson passes to Alvarado. Outside Robinson. Here's Alvarado. Covered by Watford. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one misses. Here's Watford. He's defended by Alvarado. The 76ers with another miss. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Knicks out front, up by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. They've got Karl Anthony Towns. Jose Alvarado is out there, Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Shamet in at the small forward. So it's the Knicks now. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Now, here's Clarkson. The shot, no good. Pass to Barlow. Embiid in the corner. From the arc. Shot by Grimes, no good. Clarkson passes to Alvarado. Outside, Towns. Connects from 3-point range. Towns has got the lead up to 4 now for New York.
Towns has one of the best 3-point strokes of any big man in the league.
Watford passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Towns. Clarkson outside. Now, here's Shamet. Back to Clarkson. Fires for 3. The rebound by Watford. a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Grimes, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Clarkson kicks to Shamet. Towns a screen on Edwards. Here's Shamet, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And a new group in for the Knicks. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Landry Shamet. Mikal Bridges checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Jose Alvarado. Pass to Maxey. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Brunson with some nice D. Bridges for 3. Another shot. Brunson, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Embiid. This is where Embiid wants the ball.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
Maxey against Brunson. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Now, here's Maxey. The score now all even. Maxey's got his 2nd basket.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
And it's Towns missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Anunoby passes to Hart, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Embiid dishes to George. Embiid with a screen on Hart. And it's George missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Love the way Bridges moves that ball around. Always comes out of his hands crisp, on time, and on target.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with them. Drummond's checked in for Philadelphia. Kelly Oubre comes in for Quentin Grimes. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Now here is George. Hasn't made one yet. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to Bridges. Pass to Robinson. Bridges outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Drummond. Bridges misses. The 76ers trail by 4. And here's George. Pass to Drummond. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Tips it up.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Bounce pass from Bridges. Brunson with a clean look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brunson's got 7 points.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond. Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Brunson with it. Maxey covering. Hart with the screen for Bridges. Shoots over Edgecombe. Bridges misses. Here's Oubre, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
27.
Knicks lead by 5. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Thanks for joining our halftime broadcast here in Game 4, where it's been a strong start for the New York Knicks.
They've managed to keep this game very competitive. And despite the crowd's attempt to distract them, they've really stayed focused on closing this thing out.
Taking a look at the situation for the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys, if you had to come up with one word to describe their situation in this series, what would it be?
Question for...
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game.
And you are back with us live as we bring you continuing coverage of the Eastern Conference semifinals. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
The way to limit those offensive boards, it's just effort, guys. Whoever is guarding him has to get to position and beat him to the spot.
George is the 4 with Embiid at the 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Outside, George. Pass to Embiid. Here's Edgecombe. Defended by Bridges. Maxey in the corner. 3-pointers off the mark. New York leading by 5. Now Brunson. Towns a screen on Maxey. Brunson no good.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Stolen by Brunson. To the middle. Here's Hart. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Hart's got the lead up to 7 now for the Knicks. Outside, George. Maxey sets a screen for George. 3-pointer. Cranes the 3-pointer.
You can see the IQ from PG there, deciding to keep it off the court.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Towns wide open. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Maxey, no good. New York leading by 7. And the dunk by Towns.
And how about the game from Towns? The combination of that height and shooting, probably unmatched in the NBA.
Embiid drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is on Towns. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2, Joel Embiid.
And the first one at the line is good.
A scoring machine. There's just no shot Embiid's afraid to take.
And Embiid drops them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Right with a screen on Oubre. Outside, Towns. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And how about the confidence right there? Towns feeling like he can shoot whenever and wherever he wants.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. Karl Anthony Towns, fourth.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Anunoby, and easy 2 points on the layup. Anunoby's got the lead up to 12 now for New York.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's Embiid. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with the fadeaway, and look, he paid the price.
Embiid with the steal. Outside, Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Towns sets the pick for Bridges. Clock is at 3. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Bridges. Towns has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You got to blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Arlo's checked in, and it's Quentin Grimes in for Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pass to Embiid.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
To end the cold streak. The shot comes out.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
And in a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
And there is a lot to like about Jalen Brunson's game. He pays attention to the details.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Knicks.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Andre Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Edwards comes in for Edgecombe. And Trendon Watford subbed in for Maxey. Then for the Knicks, Diawara's checked in, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Anunoby.
And one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
It's deflected. Here's Clarkson. Lays it up and banks it in.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here's Barlow. Sweet move. And he lays it up and in.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Here's Brunson. Rebound Andre Drummond. The 76ers trail by 20. Pass to Edwards. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And that one's good, Shamet.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Inside, with 4 seconds on the clock. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for New York, and he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinals. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Andrew Shamet is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Jose Alvarado. And it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there. His coaches would like to see a little more of that.
Terry finds Lowry. Here's Barlow, defended by Towns.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And it's Shamet missing. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pocket 6. To the paint, stolen by Robinson. Clarkson outside. There's Shamet. Off target from three-point range.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And beat inside. Robinson on him, and the shot is good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Some changes here for the 76ers. Walker comes in for Terry. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Brunson's checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Alvarado. He's guarded by Grimes. Towns for 3. They get it back and finished off by Robinson.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Brunson gets it to go.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Here's Maxey, and it goes down 2 points.
Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
Alvarado bounce pass. Clarkson finds Towns. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. And Grimes has it in the corner. Maxey on the wing. Embiid the screen. It's up a 3. Another miss by Maxey.
Yeah, it feels like he's forcing things, which will happen. He's trying to help his team.
Towns a screen on Maxey. And it's Brunson missing.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's such a simple yet effective move. Embiid executing the pump fake.
Joel Embiid. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Shooting over 80% from the line during his career. Embiid is not only one of the best free throw shooting centers in the league today, he's one of the best all time.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And his rebounding has been an anchor for him tonight. As usual, he's into double digits again in that department. And it just takes so much pressure off their other players knowing he's got the glass work covered.
Well, with the conference finals within reach, he was not going to let it slip away. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
Pass to Alvarado. It's Robinson high post. Alvarado passes to Shamet. Back to Alvarado. Misses the 3.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Oubre, good.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Pass to Robinson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
76ers foul. Joel Embiid. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Knicks.
Take a break. Take a break.
Mitchell Robinson.
2 shots.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw. The Knicks making a switch here. Porty's checked in. He hits the second from the line. There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Grimes passes to Drummond. Down low. It's stolen by Alvarado. Pass to Porty. Robinson kicks to Shamet. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Shot by Grimes. No good. The Knicks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for the Knicks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And tonight's win really a reflection of how dominant they have been all series long. The 4-game sweep.
Yeah, and I don't think they expected to pull off such a decisive win, but they had the momentum all series long. Time now, they get to move on.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
And what effort he had on the boards, displaying some great fight. willing to battle down low.
And so the New York Knicks have won the series. And with the 4-game sweep, they steamrolled their way through round 2. Now, Greg, they head to the conference finals on the highest of notes.
And to that point, Kevin, I really feel like this team is playing their best basketball of the season. They're going to have some downtime before the next round, but as well as they're playing, probably wish this thing would start tomorrow.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. You know, we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensively. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of